Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Frederick Dare. I am a therapist here in Atlanta, Georgia, and welcome to my channel. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yes, subscribe. Like this video, share it, and click the little bell at the bottom of the screen so that you will get updates of when I upload new content. We usually cover hot topics or mental health issues. Today is no different. Today I just wanted to pop in and talk about the stress and anxiety of the upcoming election and just the pandemic in general. I know we're all kind of anxious about the results of the election tomorrow, and so we're adding this additional stress and anxiety to our lives and the pandemic, the stress of that as well. But my mom always told me if you can't control things, there's no need to worry about it. So I just wanted to pop in and give some little advice. So first of all, to help decrease the anxiety and stress of the upcoming election and the pandemic, is stop debating with people on social media. I had to realize, every time there's a news article, there's this, whether it relates to elections or not, there's people talking about the election, talking about if this would have happened, if this person was in charge, if this person wasn't in charge. Scroll past that. You're adding additional stress to your life. And if you get into an argument with somebody, is it ever really truly going to be resolved? No. So that's one thing I want you to take away from this. Just let that stuff go. Even with the pandemic, the numbers are rising. Do what makes you feel safe. Stop worrying about everybody else. As I always say, mind your business. As people always say, mind your business. You do what you need to do to keep you safe. Because if you're constantly worrying about what other people are doing, especially if they're not even in your household or live with you, mind your business. How about that? I know you want people to wear masks and do what you think that they should be doing, but that's their fight, that's their decision. You stay away from them, basically, because you want to keep yourself safe. Do whatever keeps you safe. And then another thing, take care of yourself. You're sitting there stressing, overeating, watching too much TV, just laying on the couch. Go outside for a walk. Do something. Find your passion. Do something that makes you smile. Do something that is going to benefit your health. Because what you don't want to do is sit at home worrying about other people and what they're doing about the pandemic, and worrying about what they're wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, or any of those things. Is your health is declining because you're not actively working out, you're not actively practicing self-care, taking a bath every now and then, read a new book, do something, and not just sit on social media and taking all of this negative stuff about the election or the pandemic, or watching TV and just taking in all of that negative stuff from the news and the pandemic and all of that stuff. You got to give yourself a break, because I'm seeing, I'm a therapist and I see a lot of clients, and stress is starting to build up because of, the elections and worrying about those things. But we can't control any of this stuff, guys. The only thing we can control about the election is to vote. Remember to vote. That's your part. And you want to do that. And after that, like I told myself, I voted for who I wanted to vote for. I don't need to hear any other stuff after that, because I've done my part. I've made my choice as a intellectual man. I made my choice and it's done. I don't need any input from anybody else about other candidates. I've made my choice, and that's my private choice, and I've done it, right? And just that's all I wanted. And just worry about yourself, because what I see is a lot of people getting on social media, getting into these arguments with people online and trying to defend your point, and all of this stuff is out of our control. Again, do the things that you can do. Even with the pandemic, I had a friend of mine saying, well, the pandemic is like the weather. You have to prepare for it. You have to prepare for it. You have to prepare yourself for it, whatever that looks like. Stay safe, Don't ignore the pandemic. It's nature. It's a force. You don't want to ignore it. But don't stress yourself about it. And please stop trying to tell other people what to do about the pandemic. If you want to wear a mask, you wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, you don't wear a mask. My philosophy, I wear a mask. I want to wear a mask. That's my business. I'm not going to bother you, but guess what? I'm not going to stay around you if you don't have a mask on. But that's my personal decision. You make your personal decision, whatever that is for you. Leave everybody else alone. Because guess what? You're stressing yourself out. Thinking about somebody else who probably doesn't live with you, who could care less what your thought process is, who could care less about any of that stuff. So, just a few things to keep in mind when you're out here, arguing with people on social. I see it all the time. I scroll by it. Because my thing is, you're never going to win it. Nobody's going to win these fights on social media. All it does is create this additional stress and anxiety, which is just hurting yourself. It's hurting your health. It's hurting your thought process, your mind, all of that stuff. So self-care in the midst of all this stuff is to take care of yourself. Eat right. Try to cut back on your bad foods and carbs and whatever that looks like for you. And try to get in some kind of fitness, whether it's just walking in your neighborhood or whatever. Some sit-ups at home, pull-ups, push-ups, whatever that looks like for you. But don't just sit there on that couch. Don't sit there and, like I said, social media 24 hours a day, news 24 hours a day, because all of that's going to be bad for your health. And the thing is to stay positive, keep your mind positive, keep your environment positive. If somebody, you feel like they're not doing what they're supposed to do, stop looking at their page. Stop worrying about them. Worry about yourself. That's what people would say. But I'm just here to drop in. I just felt like I needed to have this discussion. And let the election go. You just have to do your part, vote, and don't argue about stuff after that. You make your decision. Like I said, I made mine, and it's none of your business. I voted for who I wanted to vote for, and I'm not going to sit here and argue about it afterwards. I have people constantly trying to ease things on my page that are political. Don't do it. I don't want it. Your comments are going to be deleted. I'm going to ignore your stuff because I don't want it on my page. That's not me. I'm not a political person, Hey, but anyway, because I'm keeping my environment clean and I'm keeping it peaceful, and I don't want any crap from anybody about political stuff. It's not my thing, And again, back to not stressing about this election. Let it go. And also, the pandemic. Take care of yourself. Just like you would if there was a sickness or something. You want to always have your body prepared for that. Or make sure you're healthy. Make sure your immune system is healthy. Make sure you're taking your vitamins, eating right. Those are the things you can control. All the other stuff you can't, unfortunately. So anyway, I would just keep going on and on and on and on and on. But I just wanted to come in and talk to you and just give you advice to decrease your stress and anxiety about the election and the pandemic, is to do what makes you happy and do what makes you safe. And I mean happy, you have to make them things safe because the pandemic is out here. And the election thing, like I said, vote and let it go. Don't argue with people because, you're not going to win. Nobody's going to win. All you're going to do is raise your stress level and anxiety level. I am out. Check out my other videos, and thank you for watching.